What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog here with our Week 4 makeup team builder going against Baringo. And I forgot his name, but we're going against Baringo, which I think I faced before at one point in my time, but I don't really remember. But we're going against Baringo here for our makeup Week 4 game. This is a game that was not delayed. We only have this game that is delayed, though. Week 6 is technically due in a few days. We'll probably get an extension for this game as for fairness sake. But this is looking to be an interesting game. Oh. Excuse me again, guys. You guys understand that the yawns when it gets close in time, and I'm just not paying attention or anything like that. But yeah, we're going against him in this epic Week 4 showdown. So you guys are excited for this team builder. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Fish Sucker Crew today because you'll be thrilling with the King of the Crew. So with this matchup, let's break down Baringo's team. He's got Thunderous T, he's got Silvally, Scolipede, Spectre, which now officially is moving to Ubers, by the way, my internet. And Mega Gallade, regular Slowking, Togekiss, Munchlax, Steelix, Absol, and Tangrowth. Looking at this matchup, I don't think Tangrowth comes. I don't think there's any way Tangrowth really can come to this matchup in that type of retrospect. Um, I think Absol is not really that good of a dark type this matchup. I mean, yeah, he wanted it for a dark type, but I just felt like there was something about this matchup where I just don't think Absol doesn't do anything. Steelix isn't terrible versus me, but I don't think Steelix is the play versus me in this type of a match. Just because I don't know. I really feel like Steelix doesn't do too much for me here. Um, Munchlax surprisingly can actually do a decent amount of work versus us, just as an annoyance, if anything. But overall, I think it could come, but I'm not fully expecting it to come. And Togekiss is definitely something I can see potentially be brought as well, but we maybe have to see something like a choice scarf set or anything like that. But it's still something that's decent versus us. It can definitely show up potentially, maybe over something on this team in some type of retrospect. But overall, I think this was it's still a really good mom versus us regardless. But look at the main six. I think Thunder's T easily comes versus us. It's one of his best checks to Zero Aura because Zero Aura gets stopped in its track from spamming any type of electric move in this match, whether it's Volt Switching, whether it's going for Plasma Fisting. Silvally, I think, is going to be Silvally Ground. I feel like Silvally Ground is pretty good right there, but Scolipede, I think, comes. Scolipede is a massive threat versus us. I only have maybe like one or two things that stop Scolipede really in its tracks. Spectre is a massive problem versus my team. I just feel like Spectre just does so much versus us. Mega Gallade, I think, definitely is a problem versus us because Mega Gallade really just smacks into my team. If I let this thing get a Swords Dance or a Bulk Up off, it very, can very well be over for us right there. In that, well, not exactly over, but it's definitely a problem. And I think Slowking comes because Slowking could potentially provide Trick Room support this matchup. Not to say Trick Room's really good, but I feel like Slowking in general has got good coverage versus us. And and I just feel like Slowking could also be really good in case again there is something like Togekiss, maybe Lunchester Sealer to come that can actually get the beneficial from Trick Room and could still kind of help my team in that type of situations. But overall, I think he's got a strong team versus us, and I think we have a good shot here. But again, it's gonna come down to how we play things. So looking at our team, I'm really excited for it, and let's go ahead and just get into it. And by the way, we weren't originally going to be allowed to have our transactions be active. We would have had to use the old team, but Um, we have been approved by our opponents to use our new team, and even our week 6 opponent, which I don't know would have been a lot. I mean, we could have been maybe allowed the old team. I don't know, but they are allowing us to, in theory, use the new team as well. So I figured out that as well. So let's go ahead and break down the team we're bringing this week. So first off, we have my Primarina. Primarina looks super good against him. I was really debating on running a choice specs set because choice specs could still roughly 2 AKO Scolipede, but I felt like going the Kiba Berry route was really, really cool. And originally I was Sub Calm Mind, which was something that was really cool, but I really felt like I don't know. There was something about specs that I like better, but there's also something I like about with the Kiba Berry. But we're running max HP, 64 defense, 68 special defense with a 124 modest nature. Basically, once I get a +1 off, I can basically just start wrecking house. We're running Draining Kiss, Calm Mind, Moonblast, and Surf. Draining Kiss is honestly only there as a kind of recoveries option, just because the recoveries option is really, really good, and plus you can get it against certain mods. Like this lets me be able to beat King 1v1 with Draining Kissing as well, even though yes, King is more of a specially defensive versus physically defensive, but still the X's of going for Calm Mind, it can kind of keep the thing in bay. And plus, if it's not running Toxic, it can't really do much against me, and I can beat that thing 1v1. And then my main stab in just Water Fairy hits everything super effective and neutral damage, so it was just super really good. So going into our next pick here, we have Zera Aura, our avatar, which we can finally run shiny, which I'm super excited for. But we're running Zera Aura because, again, this man did not draft a ground type, but that's where I do think Savali ground does come into play. Yes, he also does have Steelix, which I just mentioned. I didn't mean to say he didn't have a ground type. But we do have options for the ground types on our team, and I generally think we have some decent chances. So I think, and we're also, by the way, if I haven't said it already, we're running Choice Band, baby. Choice Band just smacks this man's team. If he does not bring Steelix and he does not have Savali ground, Volt Switch is free to pivot. Plasma Fist is easy to 1 to 2 AKO every single thing on his team. Knockoff is really good to be able to hit the Thunderous for really hard damage. Same thing with Blaze Kick. Blaze Kick is a one move that can hit the Thunderous, can maybe 2 AKO depending on investment, but it's also one of those moves that may or may not be able to 2 AKO Steelix or Tangrowth if they do come, but it gives me options to hit them nonetheless. Plus, I get a chance for a potential chance to burn. I also get a chance to crit. So ultimately, I think Zero Aura is looking really, really good this matchup. The main thing I gotta do is now I should never click my electric stab at all until I feel confident enough, or if I weakened, or I've gotten rid of if it's still Steelix, Valley Ground, or whatever. So definitely an amazing mon in this matchup, and I hope we can pull it off well. Now, this is a set I've brought before, and this set I think works again here, but this time we're running the modest variation instead of a timid variation. We're bringing a Totalized Meteor Beam, Air Slash, and Energy Ball, and it's a little weird choice, I know, for me to run Energy Ball, but hear me out here. So, obviously, Slowking is, like I said, a bit of a problem, and Energy Ball L really needs me there because, again, Steelix obviously being a physically defensive monster, I feel like having Energy Ball there in case Steelix showed up or Savali Ground did show up, I have coverage for that. Because I'm only running one of my stab moves this week instead of running dual stab, which could have been really good in this matchup. Air Slash hits. Uh, She hits a lot of things. I was arguably thinking of running something like Flamethrower or something. That way I could also be able to still hit. Um, what was it? I could still hit Thunderous as well for neutral effective damage, but I didn't know. So, but I'm going Energy Ball because this lets me handle King better. King's a little bit of an annoyance versus a few things on my team. So I felt like I just needed something to check King more, but ultimately I really think Celestial is really good. I think if we get just one Meteor Beam off, we can pretty much just plow through my opponent's team super, super easily. I do need to be careful how I position Meteor Beam because if I don't get the Meteor Beam up at the right moment on Thunderous, we could be in a problem. Because again, if we get that +1, Meteor Beam just straight knocks it out. Unless it's Charity Berry and it's invested. Even if it's got the Charity Berry and we get the damage we need with +1, again, I can go for the Energy Ball potentially, or even go for my Stab Air Slash. We do get to live at least one Thunderbolt if it's less choice specs, or maybe Life Orb, depending on that. But ultimately, I think that Celestial could potentially win this game here. We are faster. Once we are autonomized up, we are faster than the Spectre, which is his fastest mon. So if Spectre is Scarf, we will know that for a fact. And again, if that's another reason why I wanted to bring this set too, is to make sure we are faster and keep that Spectre a little bit in check right there. Because if I can get the +1 to be faster, I can be able to 2 AKL that thing roughly easily and just be able to go for damage right there. We're also running Max Special Attack bonus at 96 HP. We're running Choice Scarf Infernape this week with U-Turn, Shadow Claw, Flare Blitz, and Blaze Kick. I actually did not need Fighting Stab this week, just because Fighting Stab doesn't really necessarily do anything besides Snorlax and Munchlax. And I'll think about it if I really think I need the Fighting Stab, but I think I don't really need to. But I swear the yawning will make these videos longer. But we're on Choice Scarf this week with U-Turn, Shadow Claw, Flare Blitz, and Blaze Kick. 56 HP max attack at 200 speed with a Jolly Nature. Basically, if the Thundurus is Choice Scarf, we'll know that. If Spectreer is Choice Scarf, we will know that. So with that, we can be able to easily tell if anything Scarf in his team, which is really, really good. But also Infernape kind of just smacks this man's team up. The problem with Infernape this matchup, again, is like I said, Slowking is a bit of an issue. We do have U-Turn, but I do have Shadow Claw mostly for that. And also Shadow Claw is a move in case I want to just lock into that as well versus Spectre, and also with Mega Gallade. Oh my god. I don't know why I can not stop yawning, guys. My god. I don't know if I'm actually just tired or what. But, I don't know. But nonetheless, I'm really excited for Infernape this week. I think Infernape can really do well. Honestly, I'm a little surprised by this one as well as you guys. We're bringing Perugly this week, and I know what you're thinking. He's got a Mega Gallade. Why would I bring this? Well, Perugly's actually faster than Mega Gallade, believe it or not. Mega Gallade's speed does cap off at 110, which means it will basically end off at 350. We can hit 352 for that speed investment. We are on Jolly with a pretty much near max speed, max attack, and just a 16 HP for bulk. We're running Lumberry, which is a little weird. I'm running Lumberry just for the fact that, for one, it's a really good move, a really good item to in case there's a potential sleep powder, toxic, excuse me, potential any burns from anything, poisons, anything like that. But with home, we're running Home Claws, which will give us that +1 attack plus accuracy rage, but it's mostly there for the +1 attack. Basically, if Perugly can kind of get the ball rolling, Perugly kind of just wins. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change this to play rough just so I can guarantee knockout Gallade because I'm a little hesitant with Body Slam being able to do that. So yeah, we're running the Home Calls 3 attacks, which honestly Perugly can put in a lot of work because normal spam is very spammable against him. Um, I am debating on putting something on there for potentially steel types, but I think we're fine. Oh my god. I cannot stop yawning. My god, this is annoying. The reason why I have Throat Chop though, so that way I have a way to hit Spectre Air. It's also a good way to hit the Slow King as well, and it's just also a good move to kind of potential sound moves on an opposing team, which I think is really good. Ultimately, I think Perugly can be really, really good here if we can position it correctly. And last off, we're bringing specially defensive Dawn Fam here. Max, of course, with Earthquake, Stealth Rocks, Toxic, and Knockoff. Pretty much a really supporting Dawn Fam this week. If he does not have any heavy duty abuser or any defog control, he can pretty much get really annoyed by the boots. Toxic's really good to kind of just chip down things. Earthquake spam is relatively free in this matchup, and then knockoff is really good for removing items. Of all the Pokemon on our team, it's the main utility mon. The rest of the team is meant to kind of help break or potentially clean up near the end of the game. But that's gonna be the team, guys. If you like, you haven't already, subscribe if you're new. Join the Fish Crew today if you haven't already, because you'll be thrilling with the King of the Crew. But until next time, guys, I'm Phil Shotgun. I will see you guys later. Peace.